Hello and welcome to What Keeps You Awake.tv. With the support of our show sponsor, MBPS, they just provided me a shirt for this episode. It is time again to dive into the hustles, the hurdles, and the highs that keep small business leaders up at night. I'm your host, David Hooser, and I'm thrilled by today's guest, Irin Daniels, aka Rock Daniels. I love Rock Daniels.
Thank you.
Rock is a former ASU professor, has been nominated for 2 Emmy Awards, is the producer of 2 current TV series, and is preparing aspiring TV and film industry talent through the nonprofit organization he founded called Glowframe Initiatives, which teaches its students from both sides of the camera. Rock, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. It's a pleasure. And shout out to MBPS for the gear.
For the apparel.
I appreciate the shirt. So.
Well, great. Again, it's great to have you on the show. Let's get started with our foundational questions. So tell me, as a local professional with the perfect Hollywood name, Rock, what keeps you awake late at night?
So what keeps me awake lately is just balance.
Okay.
Balancing family life with business and nonprofit, and
Right.
trying to make everything work. And
So you got a 3-legged stool going there.
yeah, it's important, and I think it's very, very important that as we grow, our parents our parents took care of us. And,
The caretakers
and
become those being taken care of.
we don't talk about that enough,
Yeah.
And recently my mother got dementia, and she was leaving the house and
On her own, just randomly.
on her own,
taken
randomly, and after a while, I realized what was happening, and also she had she has dialysis happening simultaneously.
Oh, my.
So, it got to a point where we had to make a decision and go get
She's
her.
living
Go
at
get
home.
her. Yeah,
Right.
just go get her. And so I don't think there's enough focus on that, And so for a while, that was keeping me awake at night, because obviously I didn't want her to leave in the middle of the night.
Right.
So I had to
Right.
put a Ring camera right next to her door and turn it on. So I know that that she's safe and going to be at the house.
I had the same experience with my father, so I can appreciate exactly where you're coming from. So it's certainly, and I know, dealing with you and your other endeavors, your business, the business and the philanthropic side of you, you're staying pretty busy there as well.
I am. So I have a business. I'm a director, and I also produce everything from TV shows to commercials, full-fledged production. But beyond that, I have a passion for placing young adults, workforce development.
Sure.
And I, as a professional in the industry, when I was younger, I looked for a place that I could connect with creatives. And when you were fit, I could, if you don't know, this guy was extremely ripped, as a younger gentleman.
prime.
I mean, I'm talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger rips. But when I think about, gym, for instance, guys that are going to the gym, you go to YMCA, or you go to YMCA, you're playing basketball, and you get to find your tribe. You get to talk crap to your people,
Your
and you become friends. Or if you're lifting weights, you're like, hey, spot me.
Sure.
And it develops into some relationships, and next thing you know, you're hanging out, etc. For creatives, there was no Boys and the Girls Club.
Right.
There was
Right.
no YMCA,
Right.
where different people like at YMCA, there might be yoga, softball,
Right.
basketball, weightlifting, etc. There was nothing like that. Believe me, I searched meetup.coms. I looked for places that I could inject and find my community and connect with them, and so there was nothing, and I thought, man, I need to build this. Why is because first of all, I searched for it. Second of all, just being a teacher, and being around a lot of people that are hungry, that want to learn, and some people that don't have the opportunities or even can't even afford to go to school. Let's create something. Let's roll our sleeves up, and we already have the knowledge. I used to tell my students on the last day of class, you're going to meet somebody that's going to remind you of yourself, and those are the people that you're responsible for helping.
Right.
So I live by that. Every once in a while, I'll meet somebody, and I'll be like, man, this kid reminds me of myself, and I literally try to help those people, try to give them the game that I needed when I was young, and so.
No, you're right. I mean, for the creative individual, the community, there's no ubiquitous YMCA. Everyone knows the YMCA or Boys Club. They have activities. Very few of them are, and they may have some superficial, some surface level creative activities. But for the deeply creatives, for some of the individuals, regardless of the side of the camera you're on, I mean, everyone thinks of creativity coming from the actor, the actor side of the camera, the actor or the actress side of it. But there's phenomenal skill necessary in capturing that moment. Or, as we have Nick back here, post-production work, the production of that work, the collection of footage that you just gained, and so I mean there's no ubiquitous location.
Yes,
there's random locations. Another one my daughter was involved in was Alice Cooper's place. So it is important that people like you do what you're doing with the Glowframe Initiative. It's phenomenal. I tip my hat to you. That's why you're on this show.
Thank you so much. I mean, so the Glowframe, the glow is the illumination of illumination of pathways that you might not understand even exist, and also that figurative light bulb over your head. That's what we're trying to create. We want to create a YMCA, a Boys and Girls Club for creatives, and we want to do that nationally.
Right.
And so the FRAME stands for film. It's an acronym for Film, Recording, Arts, Music, and Education.
Got it.
Education are workforce development, workshops to immerse people into AV, lighting, staging, film, and one of my former students is recording this.
He's working in studio.
Glowframe actually got him a job, and we've got other people jobs, great jobs, and so we're very, very proud of our track record as far as getting jobs, and that's our main goal.
And if you want to build this market as a place Hollywood takes serious, you got to have talent. I'm not trying to be political. It's true. I saw an interview of Trump, because he's been touting all these high-level, high-paying jobs but you don't just take someone who hasn't been working for, and doesn't have the training to go into these, skill-based positions that the industry, the TV and film industry, needs to actually take the Phoenix Metro or the Arizona market seriously.
I think there is a tax incentive here, and that tax incentive has a caveat that 50% of the workforce needs to
come from Arizona.
Needs to come from Arizona, and so we do need to make sure that we have a workforce ready and able to be there for those particular jobs, as well as, there's a big tourism that happens especially around this time at the Phoenix Convention Centers and all over the place. And so what we found success in is inviting employers to teach classes from
Oh,
digital
good idea.
AV lighting and staging, like building LED walls, etc. Those are very, very popular on the larger stages. To audio for events, setting up audios, wireless microphones, etc. Those are things that are immediately transferable to a resume and might one up a potential employee. Over the rest by having that knowledge set. So
Sounds
it's super
good.
super important.
So when did you we talked about the Emmys, that was for director of photography.
Yes.
We talked about the current projects you have as well.
Mm-hmm.
You were in Hollywood.
Yes. So
Let's talk Rock's journey.
okay. So my journey honestly started, like, my Hollywood journey started in around COVID time. Really.
Okay.
That's when I really got a chance to get on some pretty big sets, and it started out because there was the DGA had very strict COVID regulations, and so if you were going to hire a director from DGA, you had to follow all these stipulations, and so a lot of agencies were looking for directors that weren't in the DGA, and they saw my reel and they
DGA
loved DGA, Directors Guild,
Association.
Yeah. So it's Directors Guild,
Okay.
and so what happened is they saw my reel, they loved it, and I started directing some commercials. The first commercial that I directed was originally a digital ad, and it was only supposed to be on Facebook, on digital, any place that you could find digital ads and formats. So what happened is they ended up converting that to a national ad, and they cut it to a 60-second, and Spectrum said that it saved their quarter, and that's a huge company.
It's incredible.
That's a huge company, and so after that, I started directing a bunch of commercials for Spectrum, and met some talent. And the talent that I met, they had millions of followers, and one of them in particular, Kev on stage, he wrote a script, and that script ended up being something that we directed. I directed later on. I directed the first season, and it took off and went to #1 on BET, and was executive produced by LeBron James, eventually signed on as an executive producer in Spring Hill, and yeah, it took off.
Very cool.
So it kind of gave.
And that's where the Emmys came from?
No, so the Emmys were shooting for a show called Check Please from PBS.
All right.
So we got nominated for 2 specific shows from Check Please.
Got it.
PBS.
All right. Well, we're going to take a 2-minute break here, 2-second more like, and we'll be right back with Rock Daniels. All right, we're back with Rock Daniels. So we were talking about your Emmy nominations. So now, how'd you end up? So that we talked a little bit about your Hollywood time, but then you chose to come back to Arizona. What made that?
My mom. My mom was unhealthy. I was on the road a lot, and honestly, her being unhealthy is what brought about the nonprofit also, because I was going to be put, in Arizona, and I wanted to try and give back. This is definitely my era of giving back. And so super important to pay it to the next generation. So
very cool. But you kept your production company, so you're still. I know you've done some work for us as well.
Yeah. So I still full-fledged production company. We specialize in everything from VFX to editing to building
Still doing
full
corporate
commercials,
corporate work, commercials.
corporate
Okay.
work, yeah,
But-
and TV.
But you have a
mainly
TV
TV.
series that
So
you're
we're-
launching.
Currently, so the idea with Glowframe was to build a workshop, and so we have or a workforce, and so we have an incubator, and
Okay.
you've come down to that. You
Yep.
see, it's like, I mean, I don't even think you could sit down. It was so packed, you know,
Yeah.
like 50 young adults, all
Yeah.
young adults in the room, and for me, what I see with young people is that they are visual learners. They want to learn by doing. So we created a project. We were able to hire all the actors out of the project, and it was written by Glowframe artists, and it's called the Learning Film Practicum.
All right.
And so basically all these young adults that have been taking classes, let's say that you wanted to learn the camera department, now we place you with the industry standard director of photography, and now you live in the camera department. And maybe there's 4 people with you that live in the camera department. Maybe there are 4 people that live in the gaffing department, lighting, sound, directing. And so we basically graduate like 18 apprentice December 9th as well. So we give them
that's awesome.
certificates.
Okay.
Some people will get awards, and we're going to show 2 films that Glowframe participated in creating.
Very
So-
cool.
so-
No, it's a great initiative. So, well, and so that's off and running. And for Glowframe Initiative, how's it funded? I mean, you're a nonprofit, so are you out fundraising on a regular basis? Or?
We are out fundraising on a regular basis, and that's the most difficult thing. So it's, you know, that's where the challenge has come. You know, and with all the different agencies art agencies, a lot of people don't take art as serious as
Right.
other agencies,
Right.
and so, but the future, and I've heard Mr. Wonderful say this a lot, you know, is the future is all visual. And
Right.
so
That's right.
it's super important for us when you think about the future, you think about like LED walls. Like downtown is starting to get LED walls all over the place. If you go to New York, there is content every
building,
corner, and so that is the future, and that is the way a lot of cities and larger cities are presented. And so it's important for us to keep pouring into the arts, and so right now it's been collectively a lot of volunteering. We have a lot of friends, a lot of former instructors, but at some point we do have to pay. We do have to pay
Right.
staff
There are
and et cetera.
physical
So
facilities and sets and equipment and
Yes.
locations and that have to be paid.
So December 9th is all about fundraising as
Okay.
well. So we'll be selling tickets there. It's going to be red carpet. It's going to be dressed to impress, and it's going to be an amazing event.
Very fun.
So I hope you can.
So
come
what's
and
the
make it.
name of the event?
So it's going to be 2 releases. One of them is Facade, where it's showcase. It's going to be. One of them's going to be Facade, and then we're working with Daryl Cunningham to show something that we worked on with former Mercury coach Bridget Pettis, and so we're gonna debut a film there as well. So
And where's this being held?
this is going to be at the Pemberton House at 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock
You
on
have to
December 9th, and
Have a seat to be admitted?
you can come buy tickets. You will have a big LED wall up.
Okay.
A big LED wall up. We'll have some VIP areas. There will be a lot of things going on simultaneously, music, and it's going to be amazing.
Very fun, very fun. All right, so you've got the Glowframe Initiative, which is currently based in downtown Phoenix.
Yes.
Just a couple blocks away from this studio.
Yes.
And then you've got, I'm sorry, the name of your...
Marmara
Marmara
Films.
Films,
Uh-huh.
and you're doing commercial
Commercial
for
work.
local organizations or
Yes.
others. I
Yeah.
heard you have we won't name names, but a big company you're about to do a project for. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's great, and you're going to do some work for
MBPS.
MBPS as
I love
well.
it. I
It's going
love
to be
it.
exciting to bring your skills to your physical world skills to the world of AI generated content.
Mm-hmm.
So, and blending that, my goal for that, and is to be a very cool blend of real world meets the AI world.
Yeah, I'm super excited about MBPS, and I think the world needs to know about this company. They're amazing. They have really helped me out. Amazing. I mean, it's what they've done for our servers. The consultation is priceless.
They're smart
Priceless.
guys. They're
Priceless,
smart guys, and
yes.
they make cool shirts or they give out cool shirts. So I just
So.
got mine. You got yours. Nick
Yeah.
got his. So we're all covered in this studio.
Yeah.
What else is happening in your world? So
So that's pretty much it. Working on some scripts, working on some series. I really want to really dive into production this next year, and,
All right.
and create some shows.
and
Love-
Phoenix based.
Phoenix based, maybe some some Las
A little
Vegas
work,
based. Would love to create a film fund.
Okay.
To really start to create some local shows. We have some connections with some of the local networks here, and would really like to up the game. So
All right, sounds good. Well, how do people, so if I want to be a part of the event on the 9th of December, how would they go about finding out about it?
So before I say that, I just want to just shout out all the people that actually worked on this project. So this project was collaboration. They say collaboration is the strongest form of currency, and
Okay.
this project was worked on by 60 people. I mean, everyone had to be firing on the same cylinders, and I mean, everybody did such an amazing job, from the actors to the ACs to the apprentice to the producers. Shout out to Anna specifically for introducing us, and some of the other producers, Dea and Laura, and man, amazing work that they did. But so I just want to take the time just to say how big of a collaboration this actually was. But if you are interested in going, or interested in finding more about Glowframe,
Right.
you can log on to Instagram at Glowframe Online. Glow-frame.org is where you'd find
The website.
the website, and then Irin Daniels, all things Irin Daniels.
All projects
All projects,
related
yep.
to
Yeah.
Mr. Rock Daniels.
And I'm pretty sure they'll drop the email.
Yeah, we'll throw
so-
that in.
so-
And so you guys look for Glowframe Initiative, glow-frame.org.
Yes, sir.
If you want to find out more, if your passion is something related to the camera, if you want to help support Phoenix, aspiring individuals that want to be a part of this industry, make a donation, do whatever you could do to help support Rock and his efforts there. And then if I've got a business in town, I want to get some content.
Yeah.
produced.
So you can Marmera, MARMERA, films.com, or we'll leave an email.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Irin at marmerafilms.com.
Okay, Irin at marmerafilms.com. All right, and with that, thank you, sir, for joining us.
Thank you so
Been
much.
trying to get you on this
Yeah.
side of the camera
Man,
for a while.
and so that's one thing I do not like. I love that side, and I'm going to remain on that side. So.
You did fine, my friend.
Okay.
thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed this episode, please like. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to us on your favorite podcast venue, and we'll catch you on a future episode. Thanks again, buddy.
Thank you.